So one of the things I like to do, when I wake up, drink water, I like to jump right up and then just get outside and go for a walk. Tony Robbins likes to call it the hour of power, and it's really, really powerful in the sense that, motion creates emotion kind of thing, right? So, I'll go for a walk, and this is kind of where we're going right now. There's a really awesome view up here. And it's so important to actually start, developing your morning ritual. A lot of people kind of take it for granted because you're developing that habit. And a lot of people think like, oh man, it's really hard to develop good habits. But when it comes down to it, it's just as easy to develop a good habit as it is a bad habit. So why not, start working on yourself? Because what you're going to find in like the next 30 days to 90 days of doing this stuff that's really going to help your business is you can't go without it. So some days if you skip it, you're going to be like, oh man, I need to make up for it, and it just becomes like, ingrained in your core. Okay, I know Ryan kind of went over this a little bit, and he talked about Tony Robbins and doing like the hour power and some of the exercises he does. One of the things I like to do that's really, really powerful, and they've actually done a lot of research and studies on this, is, the breathing exercises, because like breathing is so like important, even in like labor, they have women that can give like birth to a child, like a 6-pound, 8-pound child, and make it through it just by using breathing techniques. So not to say that, we're trying to give birth here, but, why not use this to like really ingrain and get you set up and actually mentally prepare you for the rest of the day. So one of the things that Tony does is, I think it's like, 4 breaths through the nose, so it's like, and then exhale 4 times, like, and then while you're doing that, you're doing on every inhale, like through your nose, you're going, and this is with both your hands, I can't really show you right now, but and then every exhale it's like this at the same time, so it's like, and I know that sounds weird and it looks kind of funny, and I kind of got a whistling nose right now, my nose is plugged, but it really, really juices you up. Like you'll notice a huge difference in your state, and state is everything. That's basically going to revolve on how you work your business, how you feel throughout the day. This is a really great state changer. So do that for about 5 minutes, and that's exactly what I do. And I'll do that for 5 minutes, and I'll get into the things that I'm thankful for. And I really plan out my day and just thank everybody in my life. Thank everybody, in my family, my girlfriends, my friends, and just anybody that's, in our business, anybody that's bought our product, everything. Think of every single little thing, things of, thankful for being in California, thankful for, being alive, having all of my arms and limbs, and you guys kind of get the idea there, from seeing The Secret. So, highly recommend doing that. You do that every single day, do it for 30 days even, and you'll notice a huge difference. Beautiful view, the mountains, and you got the beautiful 57 South traffic. That's one of the beautiful things of not having to work at a real job, is not having to deal with that traffic. But after I go through, going through everything that I'm thankful for, and really get into it, guys. Like, don't rob yourself of just saying it. Saying like, oh, I'm thankful for, my wife or my husband, or I'm thankful for my kids, or, really get into it. Like, I'm thankful for it, and feel it on like your entire body. And what the example I like to give is, the first time you fell in love, what's that feeling that you have? Not to say that, like your friends, you want to feel that way towards them, or your family, but, most of the time that's the feeling you want to have, because that's like true happiness right there. That first time you felt like, oh, you laid eyes on that girl or that guy or whatever it is, and you felt that warm, fuzzy kind of like butterflies in your stomach. That's the point I get to, and that's what really resonates and really attracts in like a whole bunch of stuff. And not to get on like the deep end of wishful thinking and stuff like that, but it really works. And I'm just telling you what works for me and what's worked for hundreds of thousands of our students. So after I go through everything, from being thankful, and after doing the breathing exercises, and the next thing I do is really get into like top priorities, right? Because I see so many people running into this problem every single day of, oh man, I don't have enough time. But most of the time, people are doing things like getting ready to get ready, and that's like shuffling papers, making ridiculous phone calls, being on Twitter all day, being on Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, looking at videos, thinking that, oh, I'm doing research and all this stuff, and I'm interacting with people. But everything needs to be with a purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing every single day? And that's where we really break it down into, your top 3 money-making priorities. And I say money-making priorities because you have to ask yourself that question every day, every little minute that you're, using, because, we're not getting paid hourly to do this kind of stuff. And that's the mentality most people have is, oh, if I just put in a lot of work, I'll make a lot of money. That's not the way it works. Everything is based off of results, the 80-20 rule. So that's where we break it down into, top 3 money-making priorities, and we focus on nothing but that. I like to put maybe 2 hours for each priority, right? And so I leave myself that space, but also what I like to put in there is, we work 2 hours, take a 90-minute break, 2 hours, 90-minute break, and you might have heard of that from, Wake Up Productive. Awesome program. Highly recommend getting it. And just by doing that, we're talking about super targeted, focused energy on nothing but that priority. So that means no Skype, no instant messenger, turn off your phone, turn off your text message, turn off everything. Isolate yourself in a place where you're not distracted. Because one of the things I've learned is, and they've done studies on this, is every time you get interrupted, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to get back in the zone of actually trying to get work done, right? Like solid work done. So imagine this, like you go throughout the day of, like getting a text message, you're like, oh, check it out, like you have to text message your girlfriend or something like that, or a friend and say, hey, you want to go eat? Or maybe you get like a Skype message and you have to talk to that person, or you get an email, you keep checking it over and over again, or you go on Facebook, and you know how it gets like that whole vicious social media cycle, right? Well, imagine shutting all of that off, focusing on that one thing, and you'll be surprised on like how much work you can get done. I can get probably, I want to say, 8 hours of solid work done, all done in probably 1 to 2 hours by really just turning everything off and focusing on it. You'll notice a huge difference. So I highly recommend doing that. It's probably one of the golden nuggets I can give you for like the entire year. If you just take that on, you'll notice a huge difference. So get out there and just like make that happen. So we're heading back to the house here. This is kind of just winding down in the hour of power. You don't have to do the full hour power. If you get it done in 30 minutes, great. But I really like to just make sure I cover every single aspect of it because it's really, really important. Alright, one of the most important things you can do is put the right food and nutrients into your body and start the day out right. Probably one of the most important meals. You probably heard it from your mother over and over. But what I like to use is something called isogenics. If you guys haven't heard of it, definitely check it out. I'll just put some of the links there in the right, or the left actually. And Vibe is it's like this nasty ass mix of stuff that's got basically everything the body needs. Same thing with isogenics. But what would be cool is if Magic Bullet had like an affiliate program, right? Because I would seriously be like the most richest guy in the world. But yeah, highly recommend getting a Magic Bullet. If you don't know what it is, it's basically just a little blender thing. You put it on the top, grind it up there, and then boom, you got yourself a delicious shake. Super greens. I wouldn't have gotten onto any of this stuff really if it wasn't for Jimmy Davis, that's for sure. I used to be like, what? Health stuff? That's lame. But I noticed a huge difference. Something I highly recommend. Another thing is Hulk shakes. I forgot the website, but I'll just put it up there on the left side, and you guys can check it out there. So these are just some of the things I start off with in my day that really make a huge difference in my energy levels. Because if you notice, if you're on the phones, if you're like doing stuff and your energy level is really low, what you're going to find is it's going to give you low results. So high energy, high results, low energy, low results. Makes sense, right? So I'm going to whip this stuff up, and I got my little shot glass here. So let's take a shot of Vibe. What do we got there? Toasted. All right. Cheers, mate. All right, guys. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you got a good idea of how I work, what I do, where I live, kinda. I'm moving into a new place in Ontario, so you get to see like a whole new scenery there. It'll be a lot of fun. But stay tuned for like some more content, some more videos coming out. We got some really great footage in Orlando, Florida, with Mark Hoverson and Jonathan Budd's event there. There's about 50-60 people, so we'll be making that next year, and we're gonna be having a lot of fun, guys. We look forward to getting feedback from you guys and participating. And feel free to start your own reality show. We want to see what's going on in your guys' lives and what you're doing and how we can help you. So with that said, get out there and implement the things that I taught you today, guys. Hopefully you guys got some really good golden nuggets that you can use, productivity wise, maybe even just creating some healthy shakes every day just to help your energy levels get high. So these are all little things. I know they seem like really small, but they make a huge difference in the long run, and they're gonna help your business explode. So with that said, guys, this is Steve Schuett, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.